Right, I've got three stories for you today. Anthropic is about to drop Claude Opus 4.7 this week, and it comes with an AI design studio tool that builds websites and presentations just by speaking to it in plain English. OpenAI is then also launching a brand new $100 ChatGPT plan, and they're not being subtle about who it is that they're targeting for that. Also, we've got HeyGen releasing an AI avatar that clones you from a 15-second webcam recording and creates videos in 175 plus languages. First up, we have the Claude Opus 4.7 leaks and news that is going to be dropping this week too. So with this, it's going to be their brand new flagship model. We had the recent 4.7 release back in February, but alongside this, and I think what the biggest news article in this is that they are creating an AI design tool alongside this too. And with this particular AI design tool, you're going to be able to speak to it, and it's going to be able to create websites and presentations just using your natural language. And when this particular news broke, we saw that shares for Adobe, Figma, and Wix each dropped more than 2% when that news came out, which is a huge worry for those particular businesses. On the flip side, we do know that Claude and Anthropic have partnered with Figma to turn code into like usable designs on the platform, so there might be something in that particular update too. Now, this particular design tool is brilliant for both technical, great, but more so I would say it's opening doors for those non-technical users who are able to say, okay, this is what I'm thinking in my head and I want to create it now, and they'll be able to do that using Claude. Now, as we mentioned, it puts them direct competition with these particular businesses, but if you've used anything like Gamma or Google Stitch, those ones are also under threat as a result. Now, what I've always said and talked about is that the AI model, or the business that's going to kind of win the AI race, is the one that integrates into everything that we use on a daily basis. So that is how we work with each other in project management, how we design, how we create workflows, how we update our clients, and everything like that too. But what we've also seen in X is that Claude is now being tested in Word. We had news a couple of weeks ago that we had it in Excel and for PowerPoint, but now they are testing it in Word, and it's available to people on Teams and enterprise plans too. So the good thing here is it's also going to be sharing context, so you don't have to start from scratch in those particular tools. And this is what's so good, is that Claude and Anthropic are now weaving their way into everything that we use. It's no longer just a chat bot. It is something that we can tangibly use in all of our daily processes, and we can bring AI into them too. But back to Opus 4.7. Now the main focus this time with 4.7 is on multi-step reasoning and handling longer tasks. So if you're coordinating multiple AI agents, this is going to become really useful. But also, if you've been doing anything complex like creating content workflows or working through detailed client briefs, this is exactly the kind of work that's going to only get better with this particular upgrade. So think about this for your particular team. Your team's currently spending hours mocking up landing pages, they're building pitch decks, they're formatting presentations. If this particular tool, and as the leak suggests, a first draft landing page goes from a half a day to 5 minutes. So it doesn't replace your designers, it just replaces the blank page in front of them. So your team can start with something real instead of just nothing whatsoever. So this is what I would do this week. If you use Claude already, fantastic. Keep an eye out and just see if this does pop up on your feed. So when Opus 4.7 does appear, test it on something that you found slow or clunky before in your particular workflow. And then when the design tool drops specifically, throw a real brief at it. Give it something real and compare it based on what you've done before, and just see what comes out. That's the only way that we're going to know whether this is actually going to fit your workflow or not, or if we need to tweak it ever so slightly. Now, this next story is interesting because it tells you exactly how OpenAI is taking the competition seriously, especially from Anthropic. So if we head on over to here, we can see that OpenAI has a new $100 ChatGPT Pro plan, which is clearly targeting the Claude Max users with 5 times more codecs access. So with this, the context is here. 1 week before this particular launch, Anthropic actually banned third-party agents from using Claude Pro and Claude Max subscriptions. So you now have to pay separately per session. So sorry for the Clawbot users out there. This has probably hit you pretty hard from that. OpenAI then responded by doubling down on the exact same price point. So the $100 ChatGPT Pro plan is matching the Claude Max $100 per month. And through to the end of May, they're actually giving subscribers 10 times the codex usage of Plus plans with a launch promotion. So that's clearly not a coincidence. That is a clear shot at Anthropic to try and bring and either retain or bring new users to use that particular plan. So as you can see, here's the pricing models over for ChatGPT, all the way from their free plan to the brand new Go plan. And then they've added this one here for Pro, which is a very similar language for the 5 times or the 20 times more usage, depending on which one you go for. So why does this matter to you? This is always the question that I'm asking myself. And when I'm creating these videos, I want to be able to answer that for you. If your team is using ChatGPT and you've been bumping into those limits using the $20 per month plan, you now have a clear middle option. You don't have to go straight for the $200 per month option too. So this middle option is perfect for you. And if you're paying for Claude Max at the $100 per month, you should be asking yourself now which platform your team actually uses more. I have a couple of clients that are playing around with ChatGPT, that are maybe using Claude, they're using a little bit of Gemini here. This now actually gives you a bit of a nudge to choose which one it is that you want to use, because all of these tools are now kind of converging on the same price point, and it's just about which one suits you more. So try both of them, understand what the pros and cons are, how they help you with your particular workflows, and I would definitely encourage you to make a decision and commit to that decision for a longer period of time rather than kind of just dipping your toe in these particular tools. Right, I want to jump into a completely different story now, and this one is about video. So HeyGen just released Avatar V or Avatar 5. You record a 15-second webcam clip and then it creates an avatar of you that maintains your exact face. So your expressions, your mannerisms across every single video that you then generate. What we've seen here is that it's actually scored 0.840 on face similarity. So it's almost there. And that's the highest published benchmark in Avatar AI, beating Google's VO 3.1 by a significant margin. What's also great is that it is supporting 175 languages with lip sync that actually matches, and it can generate videos up to 30 minutes long too. Now, what makes a difference from the AI avatar tools that maybe you've used before is the previous tools would drift, they would change, they would like add little nuances that you're just not quite happy with, and it would make a difference. People would notice. Your face would change slightly between clips, or the expressions would feel off, it didn't quite feel as natural. Whereas this particular version separates your identity from your appearance. So you're able to then change your outfits, you're able to change your backgrounds, you're able to change that all without refilming, and it still looks like you across every single output. So as you can see from the demo page, this is it in action. Different scenarios, different places, different clothes, but the consistency of the avatar is maintained. So go check it out. Go to HeyGen, record yourself a 15-second clip, and then create a 1-minute test video and just see if that's something that could work for you and your particular business. Could work for maybe a LinkedIn post, a short client update, and just see if that quality holds up for your professional use. If it does, okay, maybe you've just removed the biggest bottleneck within your business, which is video content, and you can then get somebody in front of a camera. So see if that quality holds up for professional use. If it does, okay, great. You've just removed one of your biggest bottlenecks within your business, which is video content and getting someone in front of a camera. Okay, and that is today's news. If you found this useful, please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing this every weekday where you get AI news filtered through what actually matters for you all. That's it for today. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you.